We're coming to you from Kscope 11. This is Dave Schleiss bringing you another fascinating interview, this time with Oracle ACE Director Eddie Awad. Eddie, thanks for spending some time with us here today.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So, what brings you to Kscope 11?
Basically a couple of things. One is, as you mentioned, I'm an Oracle ACE Director. So one of the things the ACE Directors do are basically go to conferences and present. So the other thing that they do is they share their passion with the other Oracle community members. So that's why I'm here. I'll be presenting tomorrow about things I learn and experience in my Oracle world, if you will.
Great. So I follow you on Twitter, and you're very active with a couple posts a day at least. And I'm just wondering, where do you find the time to find all that stuff?
That's an excellent question. Basically, I find the time after my kids and wife sleep at night, and I subscribe to many feeds. And I love to subscribe and read RSS feeds because it's a very good way to consume information in a very quick way. And because of that, I actually created the orana.info blog aggregator, which is directly related to Oracle blogs. And so it actually aggregates more than 300 blogs. And so I sit at night and go through all of these the blog posts and stuff. The reason at night because during the day I have a day job basically, right? So I cannot do that. And I use a few services to schedule these posts that I like throughout the day the next day. So that's how actually it works for me, because during the day I'm not sitting actually in front of Twitter and sharing this post unless there is something I discover that is really time sensitive. Right. But all of the things I share are basically things that I like and things that I know that other people within the Oracle community and outside the Oracle community may find interesting.
So with your blog aggregator, do you go out and search? Do you just come across these blogs, or do people send you suggestions? How do you find the ones that you're going to include?
The blog aggregator has started, started a few years ago. And in fact, let me tell you a story about how I came at Oracle ACE. It all started because I was blogging and because I was sharing. So, and part of the Oracle ACE kind of criteria is to be an active member in the Oracle community. And that is very rewarding, and it's very much worth it. I'm a very good example here in front of you because I am very active in the community with it's a very active community actually. So I encourage everyone to participate and to blog and to Twitter and all these things, because somehow, one way or another, you'll be rewarded. So I started with a very concentrated group of Oracle-related blogs, and then as time goes on, new people start to blog. I discover new blogs, and I add them to the aggregator.
I also discovered that apparently you don't think Facebook and LinkedIn are quite enough, because you started your own social network for Oracle.
Yeah, it's oraclecommunity.net, and it has, more than 8,000 members so far. It's a different place, if you will. I mean, you have Oracle Mix, you have Facebook, as you mentioned, where people can gather and share stuff, and the Oracle community is very much the oraclecommunity.net website, it's very much concentrated for Oracle specifically. It has some features that Oracle Mix doesn't have. It has some features that Oracle Mix does have, but the community doesn't have. So, and I like, see, that's part of me. That's what I like. I like to, facilitate the engagement of the Oracle community.
Excellent.
that's how, part of why I became an Oracle ace. It's the engagement that matters. And in addition, of course, to knowing a little bit here and there about Oracle. Definitely, right? The data.
Oh, that is
the
part
impact.
of it?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
that does it. That's one of the prerequisites.
And yet, again, we have another one, the Oracle Daily. Tell me about that. It's a really slick-looking site.
Oh, thank you. The Oracle Daily is basically based on a service called Paperly. And I have on Twitter, I have a list where, basically on Twitter, you can create a list of Twitter people. And my Twitter list has more than 350 people, and they're all Oracle Tweeple, Twitter people. And so, what best can I, what can you do with this list of people? You can actually go to Paperly and say, I want to create a daily summary, if you will, of all the tweets that these people do throughout the day. And this is kind of a daily paper, electronic paper that is aggregated automatically. That's the beauty of it. It doesn't consume any of my time. It just aggregates all of the tweets from this list and present it to you in a very consumable way.
Well, that's a lot of good information. I want to thank you for stopping by.
Thank you very much.
Have a great time at
By
Kscope.
the way, it's been a great time here at Kscope. I really like it. And I really looking forward to Kscope 2012.
Excellent.
Where will that be? In
San Antonio, Texas.
Awesome.
Be there.
Be there.